So we're going to dive into the Sales Call Practice Partner. So the reason that we created this is that you could actually practice with basically a real person, although it is AI, and they're going to talk back to you. They're going to give you objections. They're going to help you handle objections. So you can do this as much as you want to get as comfortable as possible with your sales script. And this is a great tool to use regardless of what stage you're at with your script. It's a nice way to just constantly refresh and kind of rehearse the flow so you just get really comfortable when you are actually talking to potential clients and leads. Okay, so to use the Sales Call Practice Partner, all you're going to do is download ChatGPT onto your phone. So you have the mobile app. You need to use it on mobile. Right now, you're not able to actually do this on desktop. So I have my sales script open on my computer so I can go through it and also work on particular pieces of it, whatever you feel kind of stuck with. And then I've opened up ChatGPT on my phone and I've opened up the link for the Sales Call Practice Partner, which will be included in your script, okay? So you can go ahead and open that up on your phone, and then you're just gonna hit the little button at the bottom to use the voice mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I would like to go ahead and practice my sales script.
Absolutely, let's jump right in. Let's do a role play. You can imagine I'm a potential client who's maybe a little curious, but also has some concerns. You lead the call and I'll respond as we go. Feel free to start whenever you're ready.
Awesome. I actually would really love to work particularly on a spousal objection. Could we role play that part of the script, please?
Absolutely, we can dive into that. So let's imagine I'm a potential client who really likes what you're offering, but I'm a bit hesitant and I say something like, this sounds really good, but I really need to check with my spouse before I make any decisions. So go ahead and handle that and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right into handling that objection. So you've just told me that you need to check with your spouse. So I'm going to say, so hypothetically, if your partner was on the call and said, Johnny, I 100% believe in you and you do whatever is best for you and our family and your business, you'd be 100% joining the program, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's play that out. So I'll respond as if I'm that client. I might say something like, well, yeah, if my partner were totally on board and they just said go for it, I'd feel a lot more confident. But I do want to make sure they feel comfortable too. So that gives you a chance to jump in and handle it from there.
Great. So I would then go and say something like, awesome, I'm so glad to hear you think this is the right thing to do. In terms of speaking with your partner, I'm not in the business of causing breakups. So that's no problem at all. I just want to make sure you're aware that there's really two ways to have this conversation with them. Firstly, you can approach it like this. Hey, I spoke with someone today I met on the internet who might be able to help me. It's X amount of dollars and here's the details. What do you think? Or it can be a conversation where you portray confidence and certainty and say, hey, I want to let you know that I found a solution to my problem today. I've decided I'm committed to doing the work required to grow and change. But before I move forward, I want to get your emotional support and buy-in so I know that we're in this together. Here's the details. What do you think? Now, which one of those two people do you think is going to have their partner's support to move forward in the program?
That's a great way to handle it. So let me respond as your client. I might say, that second approach does make a lot of sense. If I come in confident and just ask for their support, it'll probably go over a lot more smoothly. So yeah, I think that would actually help me feel more comfortable about bringing it up to them. And from there, you can just kind of continue on with your script. So that was really well done.
Awesome. Okay, now pretend that you actually aren't that easy to appease. And maybe now you have an uncertainty objection. So you just are feeling like you are excited, but you're just a little unclear on a few things. So maybe it's something ambivalent like, well, I just don't know if this is exactly the right thing for me right now.
Absolutely. Let's dial it up a notch. So I'll give you a little more of that uncertainty. So I might say, I do like the sound of this, but I'm just not totally sure if this is the exact right thing for me at this moment. I mean, it sounds great, but I just have a little bit of hesitation about whether it's the perfect fit. So go ahead and handle that and let's see how you do.
Cool. That's something I really appreciate. And thank you for being honest with me. Can I be honest with you for a second? You literally just told me that you're feeling good about the process. But it seems like even though you're really certain and you want to get started, you now are feeling a little nervous. So can you be honest with me? What's really going on?
That's a great way to approach it. All right, let me stay in character and respond to that. So I might say something like, yeah, I guess you're right. I do feel pretty good about it. And you're right that maybe it's just a little bit of nerves or fear of making the wrong decision. I really do want to move forward. I just needed to get that off my chest. So that was a nice way to dig a little deeper and get me to open up. Feel free to keep going if you want to practice more.
I love it. So thank you so much. And you can see that you can just go back and forth. And you could go from the very top of the script the whole way through. And this is your real practice partner. So you can go ahead and role play the entire script with this sales call practice partner. And again, just so you're clear, all you need to do is grab the link inside of the script for the sales call practice partner and then open that link on your phone in ChatGPT. So all I did was click the link on my phone, and then it takes me into this window, and I'm already signed in. This is important. So before I click the link, I was already signed into ChatGPT on the app on my phone. Okay. So then I click the link for the sales call practice partner. I click this button, and then I'm going to go ahead and tap the little waves down here in the microphone, and it's going to allow me to go ahead and practice my sales script. Hi there. I'd like to practice my sales script from start to finish.
Absolutely. Let's do it. We'll jump right in. So I'll be your potential client and you just go ahead and lead the way with your script. I'll react naturally and we'll see how it flows. Whenever you're ready, just start us off.
That sounds great. Can you be a very difficult potential lead for me and give me a ton of objections?
Of course. I can definitely do that. I'll be that tough nut to crack. So let's dive in. You go ahead and start your intro whenever you're ready, and I'll throw in plenty of objections along the way.
Awesome. Thank you.
Let's do it.
Then you just go ahead and practice the entire script or specific objections. And that's how you do the sales call practice partner. Have fun.